With the 23-24 season having come to an end as monotonously as we could have imagined, with City winning the Premier League again, and the only remotely interesting successful underdogs being Leverkusen, Aston Villa and Girona, some of you may be pleased to know that there are going to be a lot of changes in upcoming seasons. Not just in terms of Ipswich Town being in the Premier League now, which I'm still not going to get used to, but a lot of big teams have revealed that they're going to be changing their kit supplies in the next few seasons. In this video, I'm going to be examining some of these and checking out leaked kits and designing some concept kits using the new brands. Brand change number 1, Aston Villa to Adidas. Over the last 2 seasons, Aston Villa have been using the brand Castore. I'm not going to lie, their kits were actually pretty decent in design, but there were a whole bunch of other problems that meant Aston Villa decided to switch to Adidas for the 24-25 season. For example, on numerous occasions, Castore's badges fell off, their kits ripped, or the players nearly drowned in their own sweat, all of which are not good situations to be in. So Villa's choice was completely understandable under the circumstances. Let's check out some leaks. On Reddit, this Aston Villa fan found an Adidas shirt being sold in a market in Turkey. It looks pretty legit, using an updated Adidas Tiro template that was used by multiple other teams including Arsenal, but it can also be proven wrong by some other features. For a start, this image of the new Villa kit was also leaked by Adidas, and it clearly shows an entirely blue sleeve, whereas on the Turkish fake kit, the miniature sleeve panel is claret. Also, notice that sponsor is the same as Aston Villa's 23-24 home kit, BK8, but we know that Aston Villa's sponsor for 24-25 will be Betano. But hold on a sec, what else was that on that leaked picture? Yes, there's a new Aston Villa badge for next season. It might last longer than the last badge they had, and I hope it does because I personally prefer it. Now, Adidas have left a lot of teasers around the city of Birmingham in the form of graffiti, pavement advertisements and newspaper ads, which I'm sure doesn't bother the other football supporting community of Birmingham. These teasers show an outline of the new badge with the yellow Adidas logo in place of the lion. That might mean that there is going to be yellow on the kit, but I think it's unlikely, and I think it's just referring to the badge there. So this is my concept for the new Villa home kit based on these leaks. The kit is due to be released very soon, so we'll see. Brand change number 2, Southampton to Puma. I have a weirdly large amount of Southampton fans in my community, so it would have been a bad idea to ignore this. The Championship playoff winners announced their new partnership before their re-entry into the Premier League, and they're following a lot of teams into this deal. There haven't been any leaks so far, so this section is going to be pretty short, but we can guess at the design. It's definitely going to be red and white as usual, so the details are more what we're interested in. They might use a similar template to that used by Manchester City and Borussia Dortmund with a small stripe on the side, or if they're not considered a big enough team by Puma, they might provide them with a template similar to Greuther Fürth or St Pauli, who use these giant side panels. So this is my concept for Southampton, with red and white stripes and panels curving into the sides of the kit. Brand change number 3, Newcastle to Adidas. Like Aston Villa, the Toon Army made the switch to Adidas from Castore for pretty much the same reasons: ripped shirts, sweat and all the rest of it. I mean, they had some nice neat kit designs recently, but obviously from the players' point of view that wasn't really the main concern if they couldn't play properly. So Newcastle have made the switch as well back to Adidas, who last made their kits in the early 2010s. Loads of Newcastle fans are optimistic about the new change, because Newcastle's best ever classic kits were made by Adidas in the 90s. They bring back memories of Alan Shearer, Newcastle Brown Ale sponsorships, and Kevin Keegan not loving it when Newcastle didn't beat Man U to the Premier League title. This season, Newcastle's leaked kits are mainly just the Adidas template as the main part of the kit. I don't think that's a bad thing, but I think they'd have done a better job if they tried to make it more like the old classics. So this is my concept kit with thinner stripes and generally white all over. Also, Newcastle's kits are due to be released very soon, possibly before I get this video out, so you might already know what it looks like. Brand change number 4, Germany to Nike. Yes, this one's a little shocking and not really in a good way. Germany are switching to American suppliers Nike from 2027 onwards. The last time Germany used a non-German kit designer was Umbro in 1971, over 50 years ago, so it's really a shame that they're going away from their roots. When you think of the German national team, you almost always imagine them in one of their classic Adidas kits. Their World Cup win in 2014, their win in 1990 with that absolute classic design, and their 70s wins with Gerd Müller as their star player all occurred in iconic Adidas kits. So this switch to Nike may be a bit of an unfortunate change from the classics. Since the deal is still only due to occur in a while, we don't have any realistic leaks because we don't know what Nike's kit templates will look like that far in the future. So my concept for Germany uses the current Nike template with an ugly collar, but unfortunately this season we're yet to see a Nike kit that doesn't have an ugly collar, except for their round-necked ones. I've made it kind of simplistic too, as many of Nike's kits this season are. Brand change number 5, Wolves to Sudo. Yet another team leaving Castore. Wolves have probably decided to do so because of all the kit quality issues, and also the fact that once their badge was printed upside down, which, you know, isn't a good look for Castore or Wolves. Now, you may be thinking that you've never heard of Sudo. Well, that's probably because they didn't exist until literally the 29th of May 2024. They're a product of Levy Merchandising, who are going to manage Wool's retail operations according to Footy headlines. We basically have no idea what to expect from Sudo as a brand then, because of its newness. But Wolves have also gained a new sponsorship from DBet, so we know that it's going to change quite a lot. There's also been a leak for the away kit, and honestly a lot of people have been saying it's nice because it looks like a concept kit, but as a designer of concept kits, I just want to say that this is absolutely terrible. Let me list all the things wrong with it. First up, the main centrepiece of the kit, this dirty great wolf face leaning into the side of the kit. It fades out disgustingly into the background, leaving this orangey black smudge everywhere. It's not sharp. Then there's the background pattern, which is just these weird geometric shapes interspersed with lines going every which way. That, I have to say, is probably the worst part. Finally, the central badge with the brand up on the shoulder is something I've always complained about, but the fact that the sponsor and badge cover the wolf face makes it even worse. And so this is my concept for the home kit. It's a lot simpler, as I hope it will be in real life, and I've also given it the more vibrant shade of orange that it used to have a few years ago. Brand change number 6, Liverpool to Adidas. Yes, Liverpool have chosen to end their deal with Nike at the end of this season. I don't think there's any real reason for that, they just wanted a new deal, but I might be missing something. I think Adidas might be a really good change for Liverpool, as some of the Reds' most iconic kits were made by them. A lot of these kits contain bluish-green trims on them, which Liverpool likely won't bring back because of the fact that recently they've decided to show their hatred of Everton even more than usual, even excluding the colour blue from their 23-24 away kit season remake of this old kit. I have no idea what started this, but there you go. So we can reasonably expect that there will be no blue on the new Liverpool kit. My concept for this new change uses a current template which deviates from Adidas' usual ones in that it was only used by one Japanese team. I've chosen it because it's similar to Liverpool's retro Adidas kits, and I've just made it a simple red and white. Brand change number 7, Derby County to Puma. Well, obviously I was going to include this one. As a Derby fan whose existence has mostly been spent with the Rams in the Championship, I was absolutely delighted when they recently gained promotion. Back to the Championship, but still it's better than nothing. The last time Derby got promoted, before the 2007-8 season, which we don't talk about, they wore Puma shirts for their first season. So it's fitting that, again, we're wearing Puma shirts, and it will almost definitely spur us on to winning the Championship, the FA Cup, the Bristol Street Motors Trophy, and possibly a match against Leeds, but probably not the last one. Derby's kits are due to be released in June, very probably based on their 96 promotion kit, so we can reasonably expect some yellow to be on the trims of the home kit. For the away kit, there's a good chance it will be burgundy because this colour has recently been added to Derby's list of 6 identity colours under the name Premier Burgundy. However, a couple of years ago they used it as their third kit in their first relegation season, which kind of defeats the object, but never mind. So my concept for Derby's home kit is this: I've added black sleeves with yellow trims. Brand change number 8, Everton to Castore. Going completely against the trend of leaving Castore deals, Everton have changed from Hummel to Castore for the upcoming season. This comes as a bit of a surprise since Everton were doing really well with Hummel, and obviously Castore's track record isn't exactly good. Nevertheless, it can't be denied that Castore aren't bad at the actual kit designs. There's only been one leaked picture of the kit so far, and it's in weird light, and we also can't get the full image of the kit. Here's a fuller version, but this isn't going to be the exact kit because it's made on EAFC Kit Creator, and instead of using the pattern in the real photo, this one has Lebanon's home kit pattern on it. But the main centrepiece of the kit that we can see is the collar. It's got 4 blue hoops around it, and honestly I would be okay with that, but it's just a little too prominent and the collar's a little bit too thick. I think that to balance it out, they need to add sleeve cuffs with the same design. So this is my version of the leak. I've added those sleeve cuffs, which I think makes the kit neater overall too. Brand change number 9, Sunderland to Hummel. For our final brand change, we're looking at Hummel's new deal with Sunderland, who ditched Nike for the upcoming Championship season. Last season, Sunderland's home kit wasn't bad, but the away kit and third kit were just terrible, so it's understandable that the Black Cats are changing. There's only been one leak for the new Hummel kit, and it's almost certainly not the real kit because even though it looks realistic, it uses Hummel's last season template, with the piped collar and the iconic chevrons appearing only on a thin panel above the sleeves. From kits like Denmark's and Celta de Vigo's, we know that Hummel's new template features 2 large chevrons on the shoulders. So this is my concept, with full colour red sleeves to balance out last season's mainly white kit. I've also made the stripes a little wider than Sunderland usually have them for no particular reason other than that I think it looks a little neater. Finally, I've added some black trims to complete the look. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video enjoyable, and also there's a very good chance that some of these kits will be released before this video is out because it took me a long time to make in between working on my new FIFA 22 mod. That's the main reason I've been more inactive recently, even though I promised not to be, but I'm glad that the mod is helping loads of people. It basically adds 2024 to 25 kits to FIFA 22 for people who don't want to pay EA any more money, which I respect. All the kits for the top football leagues will have their kits added to this mod, so please check it out and download it. I regularly update it. All the kits in this video were made on FIFAKitCreator.com, which I've done many tutorials on for you to check out if you want to make custom concept kits too. I post most of my kits publicly on the FIFA Kit Creator Showcase and have also begun posting on Instagram, so please feel free to check out my kits there. Also, to join the whatif community, the best way to do so is by joining my Discord server, where we're nearing 500 members, so to reach that soon would be wonderful. Also, this is my first ever video after reaching 1,000 subscribers, so thanks so much for that. I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe if you haven't already, and our next target is monetization, which we're really not far away from, so if you keep watching my videos, that would be invaluable. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys again very soon.